artist finished the dragon mural unaware. His last brushstroke would awaken a sleeping beast. Marcus Chun stepped back from the massive wall, his paint-stained fingers finally releasing the brush that had been his constant companion for the past 6 months. The dragon mural stretched across the entire north face of the abandoned warehouse, its serpentine body coiling through what appeared to be star fields and distant galaxies. Every scale had been meticulously crafted, every claw sharp enough to seem real in the flickering streetlight. The commission had been strange from the beginning. An anonymous client had contacted him through encrypted channels, offering enough credits to keep him comfortable for years. The only requirements: paint the dragon exactly as shown in the provided holographic reference, use the specific pigments delivered to his studio, and complete it within 6 months. No questions asked. Marcus had assumed it was some eccentric collector's whim. The pigments had been unusual. They seemed to shimmer with an inner light that made conventional paints look dull by comparison. The reference hologram showed a creature of impossible beauty and terrible power, its eyes holding depths that seemed to peer into other dimensions. As he cleaned his brushes in the portable sink, Marcus felt a strange tingling in the air. The fine hairs on his arms stood up, as if charged with static electricity. He attributed it to exhaustion. 6 months of 16-hour days had taken their toll, but the result was worth it. This was his masterpiece. The dragon's eyes, those had been the final touch. 2 perfect orbs of swirling crimson and gold, painted with a technique that had come to him in dreams. As his brush had traced the final highlight in the left eye moments ago, he could have sworn he felt something watching him back. Marcus packed his equipment, eager to return to his apartment, and collapsed into bed. Tomorrow, the client would inspect the work and hopefully approve payment. As he walked toward his hoverbike, the mural seemed to pulse with a faint bioluminescence, but he was too tired to turn around and look. 3 blocks away, Dr. Elena Vasquez's instruments went haywire. The xenarchaeologist had been monitoring subspace frequencies from her cramped laboratory, searching for signs of the ancient civilization that had once called Earth home long before humans had evolved from primates. The readings she was getting now defied explanation. Massive energy signatures were emanating from the warehouse district, patterns that matched theoretical models of dimensional breach events. "This is impossible," she muttered, her fingers flying over the holographic displays. The energy signature was identical to those found at archaeological sites across the galaxy sites, where evidence suggested an ancient race had once maintained portals between worlds. Elena had spent her career studying the Drachmori, a species that had vanished from the galaxy over 60 million years ago. Their technology had been based on consciousness-matter interaction, the ability to bridge thought and reality through focused will and specific resonant frequencies. Most scientists dismiss such theories as fantasy, but Elena had found too much evidence to ignore. The readings were spiking. Whatever was happening at those coordinates, it was building towards something catastrophic. Back at the warehouse, the mural had begun to change. The painted stars in the background pulsed with real light now. The dragon's scales rippled as if breathing, and the eyes were definitely watching. Marcus, halfway home, felt an irresistible urge to return. His bike turned almost of its own accord, guided by an instinct he didn't understand. As he approached the warehouse, he could see light emanating from within the building, seeping through cracks in the walls like liquid starlight. The mural was no longer a painting. It had become a window. The dragon moved with fluid grace, its massive form pressing against what appeared to be a dimensional membrane. Where the painting had been, now existed a portal showing vast alien vistas, crystal spires, reaching toward multiple suns, forests of silver trees, and in the distance, a city that defied geometric logic. By the void, a voice spoke in Marcus's mind, ancient and vast. After 67 million years, someone has finally completed the gate. The dragon's head pushed through the dimensional barrier, becoming fully 3-dimensional as it emerged into Earth's reality. Its presence radiated intelligence far beyond human comprehension, and power that made the air itself sing with harmonic frequencies. Marcus should have run. Every instinct screamed at him to flee. Instead, he found himself walking closer, his artist's eye marveling at the perfection of the creature before him. This was his creation made manifest, but he was beginning to understand it had never been his creation at all. "You painted with true sight," the dragon continued, its mental voice tinged with something like approval. "Few beings possess the ability to channel consciousness into matter with such precision. Your species shows ... potential." Elena burst through the warehouse door, her scanning equipment beeping frantically. She stopped short at the sight before her, a human artist standing calmly before a creature from her deepest archaeological theories. "Drakmori," she whispered, the word carrying decades of research and wonder. The dragon's attention shifted to her. "Ah, one who remembers our name. Your species has grown beyond our expectations, little archaeologists. When we sealed ourselves away to escape the great silence that consumed our galaxy, we left gates behind dormant, waiting for minds capable of activating them." Marcus finally found his voice. "The pigments. The reference image ... seeds planted long ago. Your planet was young when we hid these tests throughout the galaxy. The pigments respond only to consciousness that can bridge dimensions. The image could only be properly rendered by one who could see beyond the veil between worlds." Elena stepped forward, her scientific mind racing. "You've been sleeping for millions of years?" "Not sleeping. Preparing. The great silence was not natural. It was a weapon that consumed consciousness itself, turning thinking beings into empty shells. We fled to dimensional pockets, waiting for species to evolve who could help us return and fight back." The dragon fully emerged from the portal now, its massive form somehow fitting within the warehouse without breaking anything. Space itself seemed to bend around it. Through the dimensional window, more shapes were visible. Other Drakmori awakening after eons of exile. Marcus looked at his hands, still stained with the impossible pigments. "Why me? I'm just an artist." The dragon's mental laughter was like music from distant stars. "Just an artist? You have opened a door between worlds with nothing but will, vision, and painted light. Your species calls this art, but it is the same force that built our greatest technologies, consciousness, shaping reality through focused intent." Elena's equipment registered massive shifts in local space-time. "The portal is stabilizing. Others will detect this soon." "Indeed. And they must be prepared for what comes next." The dragon's eyes fixed on both humans. "The great silence has not been idle during our exile. It has been spreading, consuming species after species. But now, with gates reopening, we can fight back. Your species, humanity, possesses something unique. You create meaning from chaos, beauty from destruction. This makes you natural allies in the war that is coming." Marcus felt the weight of cosmic responsibility settling on his shoulders, but also a strange exhilaration. His art had literally opened doorways between worlds. Everything he had ever painted had been practiced for this moment. "What happens now?" he asked. The dragon's form began to shimmer, preparing to return to its dimensional realm. "Now, Marcus. Chun, you teach others to paint gates. And you, Elena Vasquez, help your species prepare for the war against silence itself." As the portal began to close, the dragon's final words echoed in both their minds. "Remember, every act of creation is an act of rebellion against the void. Your species' greatest weapon has always been your refusal to accept that darkness is permanent." The mural faded back to painted pigments, but Marcus knew it was only dormant again. All across Earth, other artists would soon feel the call to create impossible things. The galaxy was about to discover that humanity's gift for turning imagination into reality was exactly what an ancient war needed. Elena looked at her readings one final time before the instruments went quiet. "The age of silence is ending," she said softly. Marcus picked up his brush, already envisioning the next mural. There would be many more gates to open,